And we're live. Perfect. Not wrong. Luvion, how's it going, man? How you doing? Money, how's it going, buddy? I feel good. Wrongs, how's it going, man? Alright. I have to leave right now around the time you start reading, but hopefully I'll be back. No worries, Luvion. No worries at all. Close your eyes. Alright, and we're live. I feel like I like this so much better. No background. It's like this kind of base. If I do this, this is better. Yes. This is that way. Damn, that's annoying. Yeah, whatever. Guy, thanks, man. Thank you so much. All right. Penis. Sears. Okay, that's not bad. So A something something SE. Arise. No. A L Okay. That tells okay. So it's A here something something SE. Okay. So it was that. So okay, so I'm thinking like 8 a rose. Okay. Okay, what? Aww. Okay. A. Thanks, Godzilla. Thanks, man. What the fuck is this? Excuse me? Okay. So let's just try to get the letters then. Fuck it. D-U-O... Let's try that. Ah, there it is. Okay. So A... U... Abuse... No, there's no B. Amuse... There you go. Alright. We got it in 6, but there was never a question of if we were gonna get it. So that's okay. Alive was a dumb word to choose there. But, yeah. When is gonna be the stream of the worst sit instead of the... Oh, that's gonna be after we finish the perfect run, and then we're gonna do the worst set. Yeah, for sure. IQ is a type of poetry. P. Duffel. wire before everything. Good night. No worries, man. Speaker, turntable, film, haystack. Film, tape, speaker wire. Fuck. That's a good one, Livian. Trench coat, wire, thread, tape, client's diary. Wire, thread, tape. Something to like bind stuff with. P IQ Duff. What is yeoman? Oh, almost spilled tea everywhere. We're okay. That was almost really bad. Dude, if I can spill any kind of liquid on this table, I lose like an ungodly amount of money. Oh god. Film, turntable, speaker, wire, preamp, trench, haystack, thread, camel tape. Yeoman is a title from the Middle Ages? Yeoman. Man holding a small estate. Thank you there. Okay, so that's a title. But that gives me nothing. I can't think of any other titles here. Fuck. Wire, tape, thread. This is one that I'm close to, but I can't think of a fourth one. Like, I'm thinking like stuff that binds together, but I don't know. Duffel? It was that. Oh, things that come on spools. That was it. There, thank you. I got it before you sent the message. In fairness, just for, but yeah, good. Yeah, good. What is preamp? Excuse me. Camel. What the f does camel have to do with anything here? Cigarettes? I don't know. What do I do? People are lying. Am I saying I'm goaded? What do you, excuse me? I think that's just a compliment. You just take it, no? Sorry, one of my friend's cars just died. I'm just walking him through how to jump it. Give me 1 second. No, but I'm not anything. Yeah, take the compliment, dude. Oh my god, I'm not getting this. Fuck it, we're going to Lexicon. Fuck this noise. Oh my god, get me out of here. Just get me out of this fucking hellhole. Enable, allow. Allow, accept, exception. Exception, rare. Rare, unlikely. Accept. Would that work? I was curious. Allow, accept. Okay, how do I get from accept to accept? Any any suggestions? Accept. Allow's already on here. Accept permission? No. Apart? Oh, apart, accept. Plan? Steps? Plan, steps, accept. Proposal. Accept. Acceptance, apart. Engagement. Fuck, okay. Engagement, proposal, apart, steps. Acceptance. Dude, if I can get engagement to apart, I feel like we could do this in like 2 words. Apart, separate. R8. Okay. Befriend. Yeah, that was nothing. Okay. Separate together. Ah, okay. There we go. That was what we needed. Okay, separate, engagement, acceptance. Engagement, proposal, plan, permission. Okay, plan, allow, or engagement, acceptance. One of those two is gonna work. One of those two. Engagement, acceptance. Fiance? I don't know. Okay, engagement, fiance, acceptance. How to... Okay, steps, allow. Marriage, divorce? Oh god, oh my god, kill me. Allow... Oh my god. Allow proposal. Allow plan. Allow plan. Allow plan. Okay. If you go to your boss with a plan and he says like, yeah, let's do this, what would you say? He like confirm. Consent. There, thank you. Oh, let's go. Okay, thank God. Right on time, too. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Chapter 11, Railroading. Alright, let's get this bit started. Okay, this is stupid. Lanka, Jamie trailed off the back of the car. Calm down. Ryan listened to their bickering while peeking through his car's window. Dynamis' Star Studio, which won a prize for name originality, spanned roughly 2.5 square kilometers on surface, located east of New Rome. They had an entire open park dedicated to them and roughly 7 warehouses. From afar, Ryan noticed the staff moving cardboard cutouts, interns carrying coffee to their superiors, and stuntmen preparing themselves. The studio only had 1 checkpoint entrance and a few guards. They clearly didn't expect an attack. Kana, how's it going, man? Still, the group had parked outside the studio's confines, unable to find a path inside without security cameras in the way. Ki-young snapped with her head against her boyfriend's shoulders. Her eyes closed while the group remained at safe distance from the studio. She had sent her rats to do the scouting work. From what Ryan understood, Chitter enhanced Rat's family acted as relays, allowing her to control a swarm of vermin over a large area. Ryan suspected that instead of true telepathy, which was a blue power, Chitter physically modified the rats to an extension of her own nervous system. On one hand, it meant destroying her main rat would cancel her powers for a time, but on the other, her vermin familiars could act independently without any direct input. I mean, why would we risk ourselves fighting Wyvern, aka the dragon shapeshifter who can take on the boss? So he, Lanka points at Ryan, who made an offended pose, can earn himself a personal favor? Because Vulcan wants it, and she's one of the capos, Jamie replied, and with luck, we won't have to face her. I doubt she has time for actor work. And what happens if you're wrong? None of us can fight her. Thing was, Ryan had a bad feeling too. He couldn't explain it. Oh, they're gonna go take down the movie or whatever, the Wyvern 2 or whatever the fuck the movie name was. They're gonna get fucking cooked. This is basically like the equivalent of running into Homelander and The Boys. And you're just like, oh, we're so cooked. He couldn't explain it, but the courier had developed a strong intuition over years, and right now his sixth sense warned him of danger, of someone watching him, yet their current location should be a blind spot for all cameras. He really should install a radar in his car. I am surprised, given all the shit that he does have in his car, he doesn't have a radar? A bit distraught, Ryan put on the radio and activated the special feature, hoping to find the good old music to drown out the noise. In other news, the Roman Republic is still under curfew, and after Gaius Julius Caesar's assassination, again with Caesar? It had been 2,000 years. What the hell channel is that? Jamie asked. I don't recognize the speaker. It's my chrono radio, Ryan explained. It listens to channels across space and time, but for some reason, it usually defaults to the Roman-era Republic. You should work on your stories, Blabbermouth. They didn't have radios 2,000 years ago. In one version of the past, they did. You can't have multiple versions of the past. Ryan looked at her with a deadpan look. It wasted effort with the mask still on, but still. That's not how time works, he said, with the same tone of an adult talking to a petulant child. Fuck you, Einstein. Whenever you want, Ryan replied, before finally finding the post-apocalyptic blues channel. Ki-young chose this moment to wake up. So, Jamie asked. Wyvern isn't present, she said. Someone's filling in for her. See? I knew she didn't do her own stunts, Jamie said. She's probably too busy with field work. There's no guarantee she won't fly in after someone pulls an alarm, she replied. The bad news, however, is that the wardrobe replaces her for the stunts, Ki-young continued, and Adam Cat is there. Jamie didn't sound concerned about wardrobe, but instantly bristled when she mentioned the other genome. Wardrobe gains powers based on her costume, right? Ryan asked. If she dresses up as a vampire, she can drink blood and burns in the sun. If she dresses up as a wyvern, she can fly, Ki-young added. It's a weak version of the real thing, so even if she dresses like Augustus, you can still hurt her, and the effect only lasts as long as the clothes are still pretty much intact. Yellow genomes are dog shit, Lanka complained. I can understand Wardrobe's presence, but Adam Cats? Jamie asked. He's doing a guest appearance in the movie. Do we abort? She asked. Abort? Ryan said. Why abort? Is that strong? Adam Cat was one of us, Jamie said. He's a spy? Like James Bond? Ryan asked. No, it's complicated. He's having a teenage rebellion phase, but he will come back eventually. His parents are of the Augustus inner circle, and we've been explicitly forbidden from endangering him in any way. Don't let him touch you, Blabbermouth, Lanka said, or you go boom. He can transform anything into a bomb, but only with direct skin contact, Ki-young added. Interesting, Ryan lied. CGI, special effects, or stop motion? They use CGI. The courier put his head on the steering wheel, mourning the loss of cinema's golden age. So, what do? Lanka asked. Do we go in guns blazing, make a ruckus, and then bolt? No. Here's what we'll do. We'll flood the studios with rats from afar, make a ruckus, and then drive away. We don't fight anyone? Ryan asked. No. Betrayal, betrayal, Ryan pointed. You can't do this to me. I won't let you get in a firefight with Adam Cat, quick save, Jamie replied. I'm sorry, but I don't want any trouble on that front. Oh, you ask too much. You're killing me, Jamie. You're killing me. You'll live, the swordsman shrugged, before turning to Kyung. So? I'm your girl, she said. Ryan turned to Lanka for support, but she looked out the window, finishing her cigarette. He couldn't blame them since they weren't immortal, but damn, it sucked all the fun out of the mission. As minutes passed, Ryan noticed agitation. People were getting out of the warehouses, screaming. Then they came crawling, hordes of thousands of black and brown rats. They escaped from the warehouse, breaking windows under the sheer weight. There were so many of them that the rodents had to climb on one another to advance, forming waves and walls of fur. Ryan almost felt pity for Dynamis' trainees, confronted with this terror while they toiled without any hope for a paycheck. Obviously, panic spread all across the area, the staff fleeing in all directions, coffee cups being spilled, guards desperately trying to shoot the rodents. My, Ryan whistled. This city has such a rat problem. That should satisfy Vulcan, Jamie chuckled. Now let's go. The courier couldn't agree more, especially since he already felt uneasy. Ryan pushed the accelerator, abandoning the vermin-infested studio for the city's broad lanes. As he drove all the way to the group's shared house, he almost hoped for Wyvern to come from the skies or Adam Cat to track them down on a motorcycle, or even a meta to chase them. Frankly, New Rome's heroes disappointed the courier. Perhaps Leo Hargrave's carnival had given Ryan a false image of what heroes should be, since they were brutally competent, but Dynamis' corporate champions didn't impress him much. You're sulking, Blabbermouth? Lanka asked, finishing her cigarette and throwing it out the window. Ryan stopped time, caught the smoke, and put it in the ashtray in the glove compartment. It's just, I expected a road bump of some kind, Ryan said. This is so boring. See the bright side? You'll finally get to see your girlfriend again, Jamie tried to comfort. What's she like? Kyung asked. I will present her to you, Ryan said, much to his delight. He had to admit, he started to like this group. He wouldn't get too attached, nor make the effort to know them better, since they could forget him at any moment. But for professional criminals, they were quite nice. Parking the car in front of the house, Ryan let the others climb out, but didn't follow just yet. I'm gonna listen to the radio for a bit. Can you call Vulcan? Sure, Jamie said. Also, it's movie night. RoboCop or RoboCop 2? Ryan raised two fingers since he liked movies with stop motion. Even if he had seen both films countless times, he was busy trying to find the Jazz 60s channel on his Kroner radio when Kyung reached the house's door, exchanging pleasantries with Lanka. Except Kyung suddenly stopped. Ryan lowered his car window. What's up? I can't sense the rats I left at home, she replied. They scampered off? Jamie asked. No, I told them to stay and watch the place. Now Ryan wasn't the only one with a bag. Fuck, no! Oh, they're gonna open the door and it's gonna blow up. Fuck. Whoever killed him last time, it's gonna be the same thing. Now Ryan wasn't the only one with a bad feeling. Lanka drew her gun, first moving with a frown on her face. Kyung took a step back with her female friend, put her hand on the door handle, and the other ready to shoot. Click. Ryan instantly stopped time when he heard that oh so familiar sound, but it was too late. The world turned purple. His time-freezing power instantly froze everything. The house had already transformed into a giant burst of flames and debris. The inferno swallowed both Lanka and Kyung and incinerated them instantly. The blast somehow caused all of the car's reinforced windows to shatter. Ignoring the glass shards grazing his skin, Ryan emerged from the car and ran to Jamie, making a futile attempt to save him. By the time time resumed, good God, he received a mouthful of dust, ashes, and stones for his trouble. The entire house had been vaporized, and Jamie, thanks to his armor, was more shocked than physically hurt. Emotionally, though, Kyung! The swordsman shouted as he rushed to his girlfriend's side, but even with her genome ability, the blast had killed her instantly. Her flesh had been seared. Damn, Ryan said, observing the corpse before glancing around to see if he could find anyone, but no one was in sight, although he couldn't distinguish things clearly through the smoke anyway. I didn't expect that at home. Kyung, Jamie muttered while holding his girlfriend's hand. His horrified eyes then wandered to Lanka. He then turned to Ryan. We have to go to the hospital. It's useless, Ryan replied, having studied medicine enough to know they lacked either the tools or the time to make the difference. They're dead. You can't do anything. For the first time since he met him, Jamie looked at Ryan with no emotion, pure, undiluted fury. That's all you have to say? They're dead? Thing was, Ryan had seen so many people die that he had grown rather numb to it. He cared on an intellectual level, but since he could still rewind time and avert the attack, the destruction carried no emotional weight. The courier liked both girls and would make sure they survived next time, but he didn't see the point of being sad now. He would try to gather as much information as possible to make sure he prevailed next time. Ryan would have loved to say that he became a creature of logic, but apathy would be a much better word. Still, Jamie's incest, distraught expression saddened the courier enough to make an effort. After all, the swordsman had tried to help him. It's okay. I can bring them back, Ryan promised. I can... The courier noticed movement at the edge of his vision and turned. Glass shards from his car flew at him like knives. Worse, Jamie's armor suddenly seemed to suffer from a short circuit, a surge of lightning electrocuting him. As the swordsman Genome cried out in pain, the sheer voltage fried his flesh and forced him to release Kyung. Shit, the killer was still nearby. Ryan stopped time to dodge the knives and looked around, but no one was in sight. Are they invisible again? He had no time to confirm it. The moment time resumed, the courier felt a sharp pain in his neck. His vision turned upside down, his entire body below the throat going numb as his ears hit the grass. Glass shards swirled around him like a tornado, shredding Jamie alive. Was that Ryan's headless body at his side? The beheaded courier could only widen his eyes before all the glass shards fell on his skull like a rain of swords. God damn it. Ryan woke up at his Plymouth's driver wheel, back to the beginning. Instead of moving directly to Renesco's place, the Genome parked his car at the city entrance. Twice, goddammit! It had been twice that he was so close to finding happiness. That settles it. Someone was after him. Someone bold enough to attack an entire group of genomes. But who? Ryan was flattered to have such an enemy, but he didn't see anyone with the means or motives except the meta. Or did the assassin target him on principle due to joining the Augusti? Okay, maybe it's like a dumb theory, but I think it's actually his girlfriend. I don't know why, but like she must have left him for a reason. Maybe she's just really pissed at him or something, and she's just killing him. But she also knows his powers, so she would probably know how futile it is. But, was it a lone wolf? This person seemed like a professional, and he would need a mighty bomb to cause an explosion that powerful. Ryan dying right after he stopped time implied that the killer had figured out his cooldown period. That too. And Chitter's rodents had been killed to prevent them from warning their master. That must have involved a lot of information gathering. The way it happened, the one responsible could clearly control glass, but since they could fry technological components of Jamie's armor, perhaps even a silica kinetic. But here's the thing, frying Jamie's tech also makes me think like maybe it's just a tech wizard like his girlfriend. Nobody deserves the plushie treatment. Bro, what the fuck is this? Is it just literally an atomic bomb? It's literally an A-bomb? The attack had been brutal, unexpected, and lasted less than 5 minutes. The killer was no inexperienced would-be hero like the panda, but a cold-blooded professional. The courier considered what to do next. Thing was, even if he succeeded on the mission Vulcan gave him and avoided the ambush at the house, continuing without dealing with the assassin might lead directly to Len. So, what's up, money? He pulled out the A-bomb before it detonated, but he still hasn't pulled out the... Well, no, he did pull out the plushie. He just never used it. He pulled it out in the last run, where he died to the cockroach, or to the fucking bug or whatever. The courier considered what to do next. Thing was, even if he succeeded on the mission Vulcan gave him and avoided the ambush at the house, continuing without dealing with the assassin might lead them directly to Len. Although it infuriated him, Ryan decided to put his main quest on hold until he dealt with that. That mysterious killer had already killed him twice, without even showing up directly, and clearly couldn't care less about collateral damage. Worse, if the killer wasn't a lone wolf but an agent, then killing them would only win Ryan a reprieve. The meaning of life was finding happiness. Ryan didn't feel happy without Len. Intentionally or not, this killer was keeping them apart, so they had to go. Sure, money. Yeah, you're good, man. I assume you're talking like D&D, but yeah, you're good. Oh, you're good, man. Yeah. The meaning of wait, hold on. He didn't want Jamie and his friends to die either. The courier took no pleasure in the suffering of others. Notwithstanding assholes like Ghoul, his perfect run would involve everyone he liked being happy, and Jamie's group was now part of that VIP category. He wouldn't let them die. Ryan considered the matter with cold logic to see how he could solve the problem in a new loop. So far, the killer had only contacted the Augusti or the courier himself, but that might be because Ryan worked with the criminal syndicate. Excluding the lone wolf hypothesis, the two organizations had the genomes, motives, and resources to attack them, the Meta and Dynamis. If it was Meta, well, Ryan had already promised to wipe them out, so that's no issues. But his gut told him he missed a detail, and he remembered what? The harbor. Ryan remembered a flyer rescuing members of private security when they had fought Ghoul and Sarin. Though he couldn't see them clearly due to darkness, and maybe it was because they were invisible, their presence was revealed by smoke. Since the figures hadn't helped the Meta but rescued Dynamis, Ryan excluded the former as the guilty party. This left only a lone vigilante or an agent of Dynamis. Time to take up Wyvern on her offer. Yay, I was just gonna say this. I was gonna say, let's go with Wyvern's offer. I'm curious. Daniel! Thanks, man. You too. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Corporate heroes. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna run to the washroom really quick. I'll be right back. That's not the right one. Okay, we're back. Let's go. Okay. Il Migliore HQ, the Optimates Tower, was the most luxurious place Ryan had ever seen. Most of Dynamis' properties were located northeast of the city, on the far opposite of Rusttown. Unlike its neighbors, though, this district catered to the super elites of New Rome. Il Migliore's tower was a 70-meter 70 floor tall building, half penthouse skyscraper, half luxury hotel. The lower portion was bulkier than the top, housing gardens, pool balconies, and even helipad areas. While the upper floors belonged to offices, the building clearly took cues after the Art Deco movement, with its mix of luxurious, shiny splendor and modern geometric design. Would you read the ending of Lord of the Mysteries? No, we're going to do a two-part stream, Daniel. So it's going to be, the second stream is like 14 chapters or something, and then the first stream is like 7 or 8 or something. Ryan had a meeting on the 63rd floor, sitting in an expansive decorated waiting room. A 30-something secretary worked behind a desk on her computer, while another familiar face waited on another chair. Through the room's window, Ryan could see the actual Dynamis' HQ nearby, a reinforced glass spire that oversaw the entire city. Even the Il Migliore building couldn't hold a candle to it in size, lacking at its 20 floors compared to its big brother. How fitting that the company's fortress overlooked both New Rome and its superhero base. On a closer look, though, Dynamis' HQ reminded Ryan of these futuristic arcology designs, buildings meant to be entirely self-sufficient. He noticed a few greenhouses and gardens on some of the floors, even water reservoirs. However, past a certain point, something in the glass's composition prevented the genome from seeing through it. How suspicious. Unlike downtown, both buildings were protected by the elite units of private security, people in white armor with laser cannons implanted in their right arm, state-of-the-art weaponry. Unlike their lesser cousins, they were a true military force, well-trained, ferocious, and loyal to Dynamis' interests. He had heard that they didn't even accept bribes. What? Excuse me, having been restless for an hour, Ryan turned to the person beside him. Are you the panda? The poor man-bear looked up at him with hope. Compared to the previous loop, the would-be hero seemed much less bombastic. You know me? Of course I know you. You're the panda, the very last of them. When I see you riding your bicycle of justice, I always get goosebumps. Excuse me? Thanks, the hero replied, suddenly a lot more cheerful. He must be glad to have at least one fan in this world. But I'm really trying to live up to my panda legacy and make them trendy again. But what is a solo hero doing here in the bastion of corporate superheroism? The panda struggles on his own. I'm trying to make a name as a solo hero, but it's hard. None of the villains even want to fight me in public. Maybe because I'm too powerful. I'm sure you are, Ryan replied with heavy sarcasm, which the panda completely missed. It's so frustrating. I can't make it to the news without some big awesome duel, you know? Really, with great power comes great isolation. He sounded like he almost believed it, too. Mr. Romano, Ryan's head perked up as the secretary called his name. Mr. Manada will receive you now. Finally. Good luck with the interview, the panda told Ryan. What's your name? Quick save. I'm immortal, but don't tell anyone. I won't. The secretary let Ryan through the door and then closed the door behind. The courier waltzed into an office as big as a house, but whose space was mostly occupied by flowers. Gerania? I don't fucking... that fucking word. Rose bushes, chrysanthemums, muggets, dozens of various species of flowers were on display. The office even included a miniature Japanese pond with a golden carp swimming in the waters. A tall, slender man waited for the courier behind a mahogany desk, positioned to give the occupant a spectacular view of New Rome. If he wasn't the supreme authority of a superhero team, Ryan would have mistaken him for a supervillain. The man wore an expensive tuxedo with a black rose on his left side, carried white gloves, and hid his face behind some kind of stylized white helmet, reminding Ryan of the pre-war Daft Punk electronic band. The courier could only applaud his fashion style. I am Enrique Manada, the chief brand officer of Dynamis, the head manager of the Il Miglior program. The man shook Ryan's hand, his voice pleasant to hear, yet firm. He smelled like roses. You may also call me Blackthorn. I don't see any thorns on your coast. Ryan gasped. Wait, is that cashmere? You have a sharp eye, Enrique mused, showing Ryan a wooden chair and inviting him to sit down. We have our own production program at Dynamis, since we cannot import from Asia. The production cost is horrendous, but you simply cannot put a price on elegance. While sitting, Ryan barely paid attention to the man. Blackthorn Security Company! Luvion! True! Oh, man. We have no shortage of volunteers wishing to join our superhero teams, Enrique said, but few make it to my office. I believe in personal recommendations, Mr. Romano. If Wyvern hadn't vouched for you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Ryan briefly wondered who had recommended the Panda of all people. She seems to have a good feeling about you, especially after you forewarned her about the latest prisoner, which makes me wonder how you knew. Just a gut feeling, Ryan said. I don't believe you. We've been having trouble with private security recently, and several members tasked with escorting Ghoul actively tried to help him run away. If you know of a security breach, we would be very thankful for the information. Bug, how's it going, man? Well, Ryan had come here looking for information too, so it was all good. The fact that Meta had inside people amongst the private security bothered him, though. It didn't surprise him that they would bribe locals to look the other way, but this gang seemed a lot more organized. He would look into it. But McSeely, how's it going, man? No worries. Panda is amazing. My go. In any case, I must thank you for coming over. I am certain our competition made you an offer. Knowing Vulcan's rivalry with Wyvern and your trust in us won't go unrewarded. Why do you wish to join Il Miglior? Ever since I was young, I always wanted to become an ad. An ad? Like Mr. Clean and like Felix the Cat. A recognizable icon of consumerism. My face plastered on cereal boxes. To transcend the human condition and become a packaged product. It has always been a dream of mine. Uh-huh. And the real reason? Greed. Dude, this is so Deadpool. Oh, I want to join the X-Men? Oh, because I've always wanted to wear a skin-tight yellow suit that'll show everything, okay? Like, like, squeeze me? Like 6 to 8 hours earlier? No, 6 to 8 hours earlier, I am working. Unless we can somehow work out a deal where I somehow make enough off of YouTube that I don't have to work anymore, no. Until such a time, not possible, I'm afraid. Your psychological profile tells me otherwise, Ryan shrugged. They even had a psychological profile? Poor boys. Ryan wondered how many people had gone mad compiling it. Alright. I thought it'd be fun to try and be a superhero, and I promised someone that I would kick the Meta out of the city as a personal favor. Business and pleasure. The Meta gang is a problem, although not as much as the Augusti. Who is this person you owe a favor to? Just some guy in Rusttown named Polly. He probably won't even remember me, though. I'm certain there is an interesting story behind this. I will put my name on the table, Mr. Romano. I feel conflicted about your case. You have an incredible power, with a very high development potential, according to our research team. Your skills with weapons are impressive. As a security checkup I can attest to, I didn't even know one could fit so many miniature weapons in a kid's plushie. Even I don't see the point. They would never see it coming, Ryan explained. Me and Sal got you. Oh wait, so he just has like a shit ton. So wait, you're telling me he has like a shit ton of bombs in the plushie, basically? Oh, I see. Which brings me to the matter at hand. The 16-page long index of collateral damage complaints associated with your name from people all over Italy. Only 16 pages? You expected more, perhaps? Fuck yeah, I did. I guess I'm too good at silencing witnesses. Plus, 18 demographic then. Loose cannons have no place at Dynamis. If we sign a contract together, foolhardy behavior will not be tolerated. I always fulfill commands to the letter, Ryan defended himself. It's not my fault if everyone leaves a method open for interpretation. I will not. However, I need more guarantees. While no one ever accused you of betraying a contract, you have a mercenary past and a suspicious link to a certain criminal genius. He offered Ryan a photo, and his heart skipped a beat. That was her. In a mugshot. She had aged a few years and had a black eye, but it was her. Len, underdiver Sabino. Ryan could sense Blackthorn's eye examine his face, looking for any signs of weakness. Daughter of Freddie Sabino, aka Bloodstream, an extremely dangerous psycho who almost rivaled Big Adam and Augustus in infamy. Until his demise 4 years ago against Leo Hargrave's carnival. Many witnesses said he traveled alongside his daughter and an unidentified teenage boy whose body was never recovered. Alright, let's cut the bullshit, Greenhand. Where is she? In a place out of your reach. For now. I've had my eyes on her for a while. Her arrest was my brother, the vice president's doing, and a missed opportunity for recruitment. He believes in harsh measures. I believe in rehabilitation. If I behave, you will lead me to Len, while hoping that my presence will make her join your group? Definitely an evil mastermind. Ah, now we're getting somewhere, Enrique replied. It'll be much better for us if you told me the truth, Mr. Romano. How much is she worth to you? Everything. Perfect. Here's my offer then. You sign a 5-year contract with Il Migliore, help us clean up New Rome of the filth that infests it, promote Dynamis' brand, and most importantly, behave. In exchange, we offer you a clean slate, generous accommodations, and the opportunity to reunite with Miss Sabino. He handed Ryan a contract, a far, far heavier than the collateral damage complaints, but the courier didn't even read it. That deal sounded a lot like Vulcan's, minus the personal vendetta. What do you want out of this, Greenhand? Most people think my family is only interested in profits. What we really want is to rebuild Italian society into a prosperous nation. A dream that unfortunately cannot come to pass while groups like the Meta and the Augusti run rampant. A proud nation under copyright, huh? Proud nation under copyright. We also wish to democratize superpowers by reverse engineering the mass-producing elixirs. As per your contract, you will be subjected to a full DNA-based test, ensuring that private securities drones can track you should you default on your obligations. You will also be asked to participate in elixir research development programs. We have a few violets like you under our employment. He should have known they wouldn't just want him for his pretty face. You can't succeed in replicating my powers. We have made great efforts on replicating powers, even created fully functional knockoffs. You won't be able to reproduce my powers. I've tried. More times than you can count. Oh, by the way, I got Ghost of Yote. Very good so far. I'm only like 2 or 3 hours in, but so far very good. In fairness, I love Ghost of Tsushima so much, so maybe I'm probably a little biased, but very good. Good. Then you can share your findings with the research division, Enrique said. As for hero work, we divide the Il Migliore franchise into two very different branches. The Pro Leagues, for established icons like Wyvern, and the Little Leagues, for junior and less-known superheroes. Obviously, you will start with the latter. Ryan listened to Enrique explain to him the rules inside the organization, mostly corporate blabbering, before continuing the contract and skimming it. While the possibility to meet Len was tempting as always, the courier mostly wanted to identify the assassin during this loop. Or you could just stream it. Oh, this feels like a betrayal. Well, I played on the because it's on PlayStation, right? So I don't know how to stream it off of that. I don't have a fucking capture card. Ryan listened to Enrique explain himself to the rules of the organization before grabbing the contract and skimming it. While the possibility to meet Len was tempting as always, he wanted to identify the assassin as well. Access to Dynamis' buildings and database would help a great deal. If the company could introduce him to Len quickly, then it was all good. If they delayed too long, he would simply take the information and return to the Augusti path. Something caught his attention. Only 30% royalties on merchandising? That's theft! We will also change your name, Enrique said. Quick save is just not punchy enough. How about Time Lord? PR says it will catch on quickly, especially with teenagers. A soulless name designed to please the hordes. Why did Ryan feel like he had made a deal with Satan himself? You need to make a throne or something so we can buy you stuff? Eh? What do you mean? You need to make a... I'm curious. I don't know. I mean, like, I love Ghost of Tsushima, so like, I'm probably gonna end up platinuming this game. So far, I've really liked it. I don't know if any of you have played the original, but in the original, the main character had like 4 different stances for like different types of enemies. Time Lord, I know, right? I know, I agree, Bug. Quick save is so much better, but in fairness, quick save is also like it's also a hint to his powers, whereas Time Lord isn't. Hell existed, and it was a corporate seminar. Ryan had thought his first day on the job as a Little League member would involve superhero training. Maybe a routine patrol with Wyvern, something practical. Instead, the courier received an assignment to a boring, weeks-long corporate internship. He simply had to look at the day's planning to wish for a restart, coffee breakfast, first meeting, with a half-hour delay because of the aforementioned coffee break. Then lunch, second meeting, then the real lunch, second coffee break, third meeting, afternoon lunch. This motherfucker has had 3 lunches, excuse me? Then corporate videos, all before 6 in the afternoon, after which Ryan could either leave or participate in after-hour drinking network. So far, these meetings consisted of seminars about brand management, marketing guides, brainstorming his new and improved branding, lawyer interviews where they would discuss good lord, auxiliary rights, and now education videos about Dynamis' company culture. In short, no superhero work at all. Besides, wait. Do we need to make a... What the fuck is a throne? Excuse me? The next thing I'm working to is I would like to get a better camera. Personally, I'll save up to buy a new computer next year because I need to do that. Like, as much as I love this thing, it's starting to leave a lot to be wanted. If my fucking YouTube tab crashes one more time while I'm streaming, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit. So I gotta save up for a new computer, new camera. Yeah, it's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be an expensive next year, boys. Ryan wasn't the only recruit here, but much to his surprise, most of them seemed to enjoy these boring activities. They were way more eager to discuss their image and royalties than actual work. This place drained his soul. With a bored sigh, Ryan reached the room where he was supposed to watch the new corporate video, putting his hand under the door scanner. Dynamis had extracted a drop of his blood soon after signing the contract, allowing the company to track and identify him. Biosignature, Time Lord. Ryan groaned at the generic name while he opened the door. Couldn't they have picked something a little more unique, like Clockomancer or Clock Blocker? Clock Blocker is great. Clock Blocker is great. Um, the courier walked into a darkened, informal conference room wide enough to welcome dozens upon dozens of people. With Mesoamerican drawings on the walls, Dynamis favored an informal, comfortable style. The Little League new recruits were gathered in front of a giant screen along with PR staff, exchanging pleasantries while consuming Dynamis made energy drinks. Most seemed aged between 15 and mid 20s. Wearing colorful costumes designed by the marketing department. From what Ryan heard, they were currently discussing the latest fashion trends, who dated who amongst Il Miglior's Pro League team, and how they got introduced to Enrique Manada. The panda wasn't among these brats, which was an injustice of the highest honor. Ryan alone noticed a lone wolf at the back who preferred to examine photos and paper reports on a luxurious sofa than looking at the screen. A man wearing a white cat-shaped mask covering the upper part of his face, showcasing his pale skin and blue eyes and combed blonde hair. A true Adonis. All in all, he seemed around 18. The D-shaped symbol flashed on the screen alongside colorful music. The image of an elderly Latino man with graying hair, a macho mustache, and a rather big belly appeared. He reminded Ryan of an older picture of Pablo Escobar. Hello, I am Hector Manada, CEO and founder of Dynamis. As a new employee, I welcome you into the D family. Into the D family. You've been chosen because of your skills and character to become part of something greater. For we at Dynamis and its subordinates are more than a corporate conglomerate. 33 years ago, from the moment I established this company, our guiding principles have always been the same. What should the world look like? Ryan knew a lot about Dynamis' official history because they advertised it all the time. A 26-year-old, Hector Manada created the pharmaceutical company in Spain long before the Genome Wars, expanding its domains into shipping, warehouse, agriculture, food, biotech, manufacturing, oil, retail, and everything. Ironically, they just transferred their HQ to Italy to get closer to their burgeoning shipping activities the year before Mecron bombed the shit out of everything. This stroke of luck saved most of their leadership when the old world collapsed, and since Dynamis had a finger in every pie all over Western Europe before the wars, it had the resources to thrive. Since Spain had suffered a lot more than Italy, Dynamis had transferred most of its remaining infrastructure away from their homeland, founding New Rome as their personal stronghold. Through their mergers with other companies and subsidiaries, they controlled Corsica, Sardinia, Mallorca, the southern part of Spain, western Italy, the oil fields of Libya, and currently contested Sicily to local genome warlords. In short, Dynamis' board was well on their way to becoming the face of the post-genome Europe, if Augustus didn't beat them. Ryan decided to move at the back alongside the lone wolf. Since it was the closest to the door, he intended to leave as soon as possible. Sitting at the back, he tried to listen to the video before getting bored. Is there Wi-Fi here? Ryan asked his neighbors. I see a Dynamite Wi-Fi, but it's password locked. You see the Wi-Fi box over there? The password is written. Ryan stopped time before he could finish his sentence, moving as quick as a snake. He searched inside his coat for a mini tracker, opened the wireless box at the back, put the tracker inside, and closed it. On the back, the man finished. Ryan, having returned to his original position, said, "It's incredibly long and case-sensitive, though. Took me 5 tries to get it right." The courier feigned a groan of laziness, his eyes still on his phone. You're telling me after all this, they still have, the same Wi-Fi we do? Nothing improved? If anything, Ryan already considered committing suicide and finding a way to skip this internship phase entirely. He was a creature of fun, and the staff around here seemed determined to drain him. Putting his phone back into his pocket and consumed enough of Dynamis' content for a lifetime, Ryan didn't pay attention to the video. Instead, his curious eyes wandered, and prominent teeth reminded Ryan of a hippo. Blondie noticed Ryan's curiosity and felt the urge to give him details. Adam, the meta big bad boss. I could tell from the paunch, Ryan replied. He's somewhere in the city, but no one knows where, the Blondie said. The recruits closest to him all looked around before focusing back on the video. Too much counter-surveillance, no electronic trail, and he contacts his men, not the other way around. The only people who know where he might be are his lieutenants. Psyshock, Acid Rain, Frank the Mad. Ryan decided to make the meta one of his main priorities for this restart. These psychos were far too organized and well-behaved. 4 years ago, Adam could barely keep his junkies in check without having a healthy dose of family-unfriendly violence. My, they have grown very large over the years, the Courier mused. According to Dynamis' information, the meta gang now included around 50 members. I still remember when they could barely fit a minibus. You met the meta before? 4 years ago, Ryan replied. It was just Adam, Psyshock, and a few hanger-ons back then. They didn't differ much from a normal psychopath, except a fondness for ultra-violence and medieval execution methods. Anything you can tell me about them? Blondie asked. Their tactics, organization, weakness? Oh, you want the full story, my feline friend? Psyshock tried to convince a member of my old group to join him. It didn't go well, and it ended in a bloodbath. Typical psychos. Oh, and Psyshock is a sadistic creep who can hijack your nervous system with his wires if he catches you. Telepaths were some of the few genomes with the ability to do Ryan long-lasting damage by tampering with his memories or destroying his personality. He avoided them like the damn plague. Psyshock, though, the Courier might seek him out and beat him up on principle. He needs physical contact, Blondie asked. Good to know. Does he need to maintain physical contact too? Yes, but the disconnection is incredibly painful for the victim, Ryan explained. So my feline friend, are you planning to go on a nice mutant hunt? I wish. I asked Enrique if I could follow Pro League members on patrol, but instead I must guest star in their new movie. He said it would introduce me to the public better than any action. Since when do you need authorization to start trouble? What's the point of being a hero if you can't legally sublimate your violent urges and receive acclamation for it? Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself yet. I am Quicksave. I'm immortal, but don't tell anyone. Atom Cat. I can blow stuff up on touch. Oh, the Mafia boy. The hand shape turned into an iron grip. How do you know that? Are you a spy? Enrique told you? That bastard. Hey. The video paused and everyone looked at the duo with angry gazes while Ryan remained unfazed. Atom Cat bristled a bit, nothing like the shared embarrassment to start a new friendship. A marketing guy in a suit looked at the duo and said, Are you not interested? He began. The frozen face of Hector Manada behind him in the company where you will work for the next 5 years? It's Yoshikage Kira. And the new name hurt, physically. Wait, could they leave early? When the marketing guy received no answer, he put me back on the video. Atom Cat waited for everyone to lose control on them. Atom Cat waited for everyone to lose interest in them before whispering, If you don't answer, I'm gonna fucking blow you up. Same if I let go of your hand unwillingly. Can you keep a secret? I'm back from the future. I used a DeLorean. Your references are quite outdated. What do you know? That we are close enough to kiss, Ryan replied, his free hand shifting to a weapon. That your parents are Augusti Capos, that you joined the other team out of teenage rebellion, and that you should rethink having children. Rethink having children? Okay. Atom Cat looked down, noticing the hidden knife very close to his dick. Thankfully, nobody else had noticed. My powers will be faster, he replied. And I'm very good at neutering kitties. At least a spy would have been subtler, Atom Cat mused. So you don't know who my parents are, their actual identity? Atom Cat looked at the other recruits and spoke only when they didn't listen. They're Mars and Venus. You're Cupid? But where's the wings and the bow? Not the gods, you idiot. It takes some kind of elitist narcissism to name yourself after deities, as if you stood above normal people, like mice and men. I heard there was a genome who tried to use the name Little Jesus once. He didn't last long. Augustus fried him alive. You're not an Augusti? No, you wouldn't have risked a DNA scan. They've been sending people asking me to come back. Why did you leave in the first place? Ryan asked. If you knew half the things they do, that you'd understand, Atom Cat replied. Their bliss drug kills thousands a year. Their weapons kill even more. And that's only what makes it to the news. The kidnappings, the murders, the racketeering, prostitution. After a while, I just couldn't take it anymore. I thought I could make a difference at Il Migliore. Did you? Not yet. The Manada and Augustus have been at each other's throats for a long time, so I thought they had plans to take him down, but apparently Dynamis' motto is, don't rock the boat. Enrique seems quite motivated when I met him. He and his brother, Alphonse, yes, but their father. Don't rock the boat. Okay. I'm out, Ryan said. Where are you going? Adam Cat asked. To Rusttown, to beat up the meta. You want to go to their territory and what? Pick a fight with the first psycho you meet? You make it sound so complicated. Dynamis will cut your salary if you do that, maybe even fire you. Ryan considered the statement thoughtfully, remembered that he had more money stashed away than he could ever earn at Il Migliore, and shrugged it off. He was confident he would learn about Dynamis' activities by hacking them. Your nickname is Quicksave, Adam Cat mumbled. Wait, didn't you beat up Ghoul with a golf club? I had to buy one just for that occasion, and I almost didn't make it in time. Still, I improved my short game quite a lot, Ryan said. Now, are you coming? Adam Cat looked at Ryan and then at the video and noticed it still had 57 minutes left before its conclusion. The young hero immediately got up before following the courier out the door. Time Lord, Adam Cat, the video isn't over yet, the marketing guy said. I'm escorting him out the building to make sure he never returns, sir, Adam Cat promised. Teacher's pet, Ryan accused. You have a car? I can only drive a motorcycle. Oh, I have the best of them, Ryan said. Do you know where they make cashmere suits? Floor 20 of Dynamis HQ, right next to the building. Why the question? Because I will get a cashmere suit, even if I have to fight for it. Zaza, how's it going, buddy? True, cashmere suit, totally worth it. No matter how many times he would visit it, Ryan would never get used to Rusttown. The whole place reeked of misery and despair. I'm good, Zaza, I'm good. A little tired. Today was a busy day, but I mean, every day's a busy day. But good beyond that. No matter how many times he'd visit it, Ryan would never get used to Rusttown. Adam Cat seemed to share his sentiment, as both drove through the slums with the Plymouth's windows down and the air cleaner on. It's even worse than I thought. What did Money do? What happened? He said, looking at the streetlights hanging by its cables, threatening to fall on the road at any moment. Way worse. You never went mice hunting here? No, my family lives in a wealthy patrician district. I live a very sheltered life, truth be told, even during the wars. So a house cat, then. I guess I went stray. His sidekick mused. I do wonder why this place is such a dump compared to the rest of the city, Ryan asked. It belonged to the region's original inhabitants, Adam Cat explained. Those who lived in the Gulf of Naples escaped its bombings. They managed to survive, in spite of the poison and plagues. But when Dynamis took over the region, the company forcibly relocated them to make room for its own people. I guess the homeless and the deceased didn't fit into their picture of a shining new city. There are plans to renovate, but they haven't materialized yet. He shook his head in disappointment, the sound of his cell phone's alarm interrupting the discussion. He shook his head in disappointment, the sound of the cell phone's alarm interrupting the discussion. Ryan glanced at the screen, seeing Adam Cat had missed 15 phone calls from a certain Fortuna and 7 from Narcinia. My sisters, as the superhero said. I keep in touch with them, but they want me back and don't take no for an answer. Originally, the D&D was going to start now because of Uthman. Oh shit, really? Money, that's fucking awesome. Thanks, dude. Holy fuck. I'm so excited for that. That means they love you, Ryan replied. The sophomore, yes. He could sympathize with people wishing to reunite with his family. The couriers did wonder why Adam Cat considered Dynamis to be a better option over the Augusti, though. Ryan suddenly wondered if Len, like Adam Cat, wouldn't want to meet him, but immediately brushed off these thoughts. Of course, she would rejoice when they met again. I love them too, but as long as they keep supporting the Bliss business, Another person called Adam Cat, who stared at the name on the screen for several seconds, his gaze indecipherable. Livia. Instead of ignoring the call like the others, he turned down the phone outright, sighed. Hip-hop? Really? He glared at the radio. You don't like it, brother? No, I don't. Ryan changed the channel back to Daft Biopunk. Nice sound. Where are we going? Adam Cat commented. I'm stopping you right here. I'm all for ambushing a lone psycho. Maybe two, but attacking their home turf is, with only the two of us is suicide. If Ryan had been alone, he would have tried anyway, but he wasn't going to lead his sidekick to death. Thing is, children have been missing in this area. According to my info, I've located an orphanage south of the junkyard, and I thought we should check it out. Children? You're surprised? I'm surprised it didn't get reported, the superhero replied. Then again, no one gives a shit about this place. Oh shit, good luck on the exams, Ozzy. Yeah, get out of here. Ryan did. Eventually, the duo made their way to an isolated building surrounded by a dusty wasteland. The paint on the cinder blocks had vanished, peeled over by time, and half the windows were broken. A large, fenced area extended left of the building, housing dozens, if not hundreds, of stray cats and dogs. The distressed noises they made and the smell they produced immediately overwhelmed the duo as they parked the car nearby and stepped out. It's not much of an orphanage, Adam Cat said with horror, while Ryan grabbed his fisty gauntlets and put them on. The air here was less polluted than the rest of the Rust Town, but not by much. It's an animal shelter. It's both, Ryan said, glancing at the animals with sympathy. They found two children between 10 and 12 at the orphanage's entrance, playing with a dirty golden retriever at the near open doors. One was a black boy with acid burns on half of his cheek, and the other a skinny brunette in a pink dress unfit for her size. Hey, fellas, Ryan said. The little girl instantly raised a crappy revolver in her hand, having it hidden beneath her dress, while the boy clung to the dog. Back off, druggie, she told Ryan, or I'm gonna blow your face off. Aw, that was so cute. Ryan froze time, grabbed the gun, replaced it with a rock pebble, and time resumed. He put the gun inside his coat, much to the girl's surprise. But... Hi, I am Quicksave. I'm immortal, but don't tell anyone. And this is my trusty sidekick. Hello, kitty. Don't push it, Quickie, Adam Cat replied. We aren't here to hurt anyone. Can we talk to the staff? There's no staff, the boy said. Grandpa took care of us, but he's gone now, the little girl replied. A druggie shanked him in an alley months ago. Wait, there's no adult? How do you live? Adam Cat asked. We take care of ourselves. We scavenge stuff up and take the trash, the girl said. Mama sends up food and money every week. Mama? Adam Cat asked. Give me back my gun. Give it back. I can't in good conscience return such a crappy revolver. Let me buy you a real gun, like a Desert Eagle, then you can credibly threaten people. Quick save, Adam Cat said. Who is Mama? Your caretaker? Can we talk to her? I love that. He's like, let me buy you a real gun, okay? If you're gonna threaten people, do it with gusto. They could sense predators nearby. Adam Cat tried to argue with the kid. Wait, who's Mama? Your caretaker. Can we talk to her? No, Sarah replied. She's busy. Busy doing what? They can sense Drake. Busy, Sarah replied. What do you want? As Adam Cat tried to argue with the kids, Ryan sensed tension in the air. They could sense predators nearby. A rusty, black minibus approached the orphanage and parked 5 meters away. 3 men stepped out of the car, Although they barely counted as such, Ryan instantly recognized one of them as the mosquito monster that wrecked his Plymouth in a previous loop. The second was a scrawny, bald man dressed like a plumber. Disfiguring tumors grew out of his flesh and bloodshot eyes. He carried a rusty pipe wrench, and his smile showed rows of rotten fangs. As for the third, Ryan instantly recognized the tall and slender figure. Psyshock, Adam, second in command. The three psychos glanced at the group with menacing stares. Atom Cat, instantly moving to shield the kids. So did the golden retriever. My, isn't this little Caesar? How you have grown. Ryan flinched. Surprised? Once I have connected to a nervous system, I can recognize its unique brainwave anywhere. Like a lost signal calling home to Daddy. I thought the carnival killed your father. He wasn't my father, and yes, they did, the courier said. He had last crossed paths with that creep years ago, before even drinking his elixir. But now, Ryan had powers and could defend himself. Even still, Psyshock's mere presence made him uneasy. How are the scars he gave you, Lightbulb? They healed. If you survived, I assume little Len did too. Good. I never get over missing the opportunity to extract her genius brain. What, kids aren't enough for you? I have no interest in this meat, but we require a unique service from these goblins. I'm afraid nothing short of pygmies would do the trick. Don't worry, we take good care of them, even feed them. Adam is very fond of children, Mosquito cackled. That too. Kids, gather your friends, get into the car. Behind me, Ryan said. He's got candies. Yeah, the kids aren't getting anywhere near you, Atom Cat said. Do you have a basement? He asked Sarah. She nodded. Go hide there. Don't come out until we tell you to. I would check your math if I were you, Psyshock said. You're outnumbered. Outmatched. Why weren't they attacking? Because they were worried they might kill the kids in the crossfire if they acted too quickly? They shouldn't be thinking that far ahead. The sight of genomes being reason enough to try and drink the hero's elixir-laced blood, these psychos were too stable. As if... Oh, you're well fed, Ryan realized. You have a good elixir of supply. Psyshock appraised him. Mongrel, mosquito, capture little Caesar and kill the spare. Oh, I'd hoped you'd said that, Mosquito said. I guess Adam can't be mad at us for killing a few strays. Both groups glared at one another, but Ryan couldn't focus. Ryan barely had the time to raise his eyes as it landed in the middle of the Mexican standoff. I'm out. No, who decided that? Yeah. The crash blew dust in all airs. Atom Cat taking a leap back on reflex, and the psychos retreating into their minibus. Only Ryan remained, unfazed, as an enormous gold-plated robot stood in front of him. Quick save, Vulcan said. You have denied my invitation. Ryan put his hands into his pocket and whistled, his mask protecting him from the dust. Atom Cat quickly got back on his feet, his eyes widening upon recognizing the newcomer. Vulcan's camera briefly glanced at the hero before focusing back on Ryan. By going to that dragon whore without even considering my offer, you have done more than scorn me. You have insulted me. For that alone, you will die. Any last words? She pointed a cannon at Ryan. Ryan gave a serious thought to the question. You're so short. Your mother must have had to use a microscope to see you. Vulcan remained still, the towering armor casting the courier in its oppressive shadow. Oh, I got a better one. You're so short that your feet always dangle when you sit on a chair. The silence grew even tenser, broken by the strange noises. Ryan recognized them as guns and missiles being loaded. Everyone recovered from the surprise, ready to attack, moving to encircle everyone and flank Atom Cat. Tough crowd here. How about this one? You're almost tall enough for Wyvern to take you seriously. Oh, that one did it. Vulcan let out a snarl and opened fire. That one was always gonna do it, dude. Oh, that was a bad one. Ryan had been shot at more times than he could count. Unlike psychos or special cases like Augustus, all of his powers from his save point to the time stop derived from a single power. It was only through training and experimentation that Ryan discovered its multiple applications. In particular, it took him years of looping to realize he had an enhanced sense of timing. The more experienced he was in a situation, the better Ryan could predict and react to it. He would subtly anticipate it next time anyone else tried, but the courier could predict when one would toss a smoke bomb on the ground and catch it before being consciously aware. This made learning physical skills almost trivial. He wasn't all-powerful, since there were situations where even the fastest reflex couldn't make a difference, like getting beheaded by an invisible blade or hit by a laser at the speed of light. Ryan couldn't dodge bullets, but he could predict someone's line of fire before they pressed the trigger. His body would suddenly shift, projectiles would miss, and give people the illusion that they could dodge bullets. Subtly predict? Close enough. Welcome back, precognition. So when Vulcan attacked him, Ryan paused time for a split second and dodged out of the line of fire. A dense shell blasted the orphanage's walls behind them, collapsing the walls and opening a path towards what seemed like the kitchen. The pets inside panicked. "Vulcan, it's an orphanage!" Atom Cat shouted. Before he could rush to help Ryan, the metagank flanked him. The hero avoided a deathly punch from Mosquito and a small fireball from Mongrel. To her credit, Vulcan froze for a split second, vaguely ashamed. Instead of assaulting Ryan and risking destroying the shelter, she switched to hand-to-hand combat. Mini turbo reactors activated on the mechanical suit in short bursts, causing the 5-meter-tall metal monster to move at the speed of a car. "I have to hand it to you," the courier began before switching the meaning of his sentence, "because you can't reach it." Vulcan's attacks grew more frenzied. When she no longer had the orphanage in her line of fire, she switched to heavy machinery. Her mech shoulders opened to reveal minigun turrets, firing hundreds of pellets at Ryan. The courier used a mix of time stop and timing to avoid the attacks, trying to circle the machine and find a hatch for the cockpit. Psyshock, meanwhile, threw away his overcoat, hat, and glasses, revealing his true self. He had long shed his flesh, replaced with thousands of black wires, while he usually shaped into facsimile of a humanoid form. The only organ that survived his mutation was his skull, which left his biomechanical brain exposed. Psyshock reshaped his wires to form 8 elongated arms, turning himself into a horrific mockery of a spider. While Vulcan occupied Ryan and Atom Cat fought his cronies, the Psycho leapt over the area in a single bound. Realizing this, Ryan decided to dump Vulcan and pursue Psyshock, but the genius didn't let him. She lunged at the courier. In spite of her fearsome armor, Ryan could tell that Vulcan didn't have much direct combat experience. Her movements were clumsy, and while her weapons aimed true, there was no foresight, no human cunning or improvisation. Ugh, God. She probably outsourced control to a basic AI. Her armor was clearly a prototype designed to fight big and aerial targets. In short, Vulcan brought a Wyvern Buster to a quick-save fight. Vulcan could have won if she had carpet-bombed the entire area, but instead she chose to announce herself and make the battle up close and personal. Ryan could sense she had a desire to prove herself, perhaps to outshine Wyvern. This girl's got issues. Stopping time for 10 seconds, Ryan moved to the armor's left, dodging her hand and bullets. Then he carefully punched the elbow joint with Fisty, aiming to maximize pressure damage. When time resumed, the recoil applied in full, and the mech's arm shattered. As he guessed, when he first observed at the armory, much like medieval armor, Vulcan paid for her suit's enhanced mobility with weakness in joints. "What's this? A short circuit? You aren't funny, Romano," Vulcan complained. "You think you are, but you aren't." "Oh, come on now, don't be small-minded." As she retaliated with another volley of bullets, Ryan froze time and rushed to the orphanage, Psyshock having vanished from the hole Vulcan just made. Meanwhile, Atom Cat fared a little better. Mosquito, having taken flight like the insect she was, dove down to try and impale the hero, while Atom Cat could easily dodge. Mongrel limited his movements. The strange psycho flicked in and out of existence, propelling himself with short bursts of wind while attempting to hit the hero with his hand tool. Sometimes he threw a fireball here and there, but small fires starting all over the wasteland. Fireballs, limited visibility, air conditioning. Ryan recognized these powers from knockoff elixirs sold by Dynamis. Mongrel must have had a cocktail of them, since the powers were gained but a shadow of the true elixirs. Still, even if forced on defensive, Atom Cat fought hard to regain the initiative on this 2-on-1 fight. He attempted to punch Mongrel, with his hands shining with crimson energy, but in spite of his best efforts, the Psycho remained careful. When time resumed, Ryan had managed to reach the orphanage, only to backtrack a dozen wires came out of the hole and threatened to catch him. Psyshock emerged from the hole, having grabbed 4 kids in his arms. Sarah, her friend, and two twin girls no older than 8, his eyes glancing at Ryan with disdain. Without thinking twice, Ryan grabbed 3 throwing knives, intending to target Psyshock's head. But in response, Psyshock moved Sarah in the way of Ryan's line of fire, the girl screaming. Ryan froze in shock, which Psyshock immediately exploited to send a tentacle at him. Tentacle? Welcome back, Bizarro Sorcerer. Suffering from his time stop cooldown, the courier couldn't freeze the clock as the arm hit him with the speed of a harpoon. He managed to grab it with his hands as he was tossed back. Quick save! Atom Cat shouted, but Mosquito exploited the opportunity to tackle him. Shh, it's easier if you don't struggle, Césaire, Psyshock whispered to Ryan, both through his mouth and that of a child he had connected to. Needles appeared at the end of his wires for an intracranial hijacking. Just go limp and let me in. Yeah, if the danger of his intrusive telepathy, no matter its physical limitations, hadn't caused Ryan to feel murderous animosity towards Psyshock, the physical abuse did. Or the child abuse did, rather. Apparently, Vulcan thought the same. Showing basic human decency, she stopped paying attention to Ryan and raised her arm. Drop the kids, mutant. I won't ask twice. Out of my way, woman, Psyshock replied dismissively, positioning his hostage to protect himself. Meanwhile, Mongrel moved towards the pen to finish off Atom Cat while Mosquito flew in circles above. In response, Vulcan's fingers opened to reveal holes and unleashed plasma streams at Psyshock. The genius was careful not to hit the kids, instead cutting through the wires with laser precision. The damaged parts fell to the ground like beheaded snakes. Exploiting Psyshock's distraction, Ryan stopped time, cut the wires closest to him with his knives, and rushed to the kids. With a swift swing, he severed the wires holding the twins and caught them. The wires invaded the hostage's nose and kept moving on its own, once severed from the whole body but fell to the ground. Psyshock answered by sending his wires in all directions, targeting Ryan and Vulcan and the kids. The courier fled while carrying the kids in his arms. Psyshock sucks. I agree, Mr. Shark. He's attacking kids? Bro, you do whatever you want, okay? I'm probably okay with it. As soon as you start involving kids, that's a hard line. No thank you. Meanwhile, while Atom Cat recovered from his last blow, the shelter's remaining dogs found the courage to try and bite Mongrel. With a bestial snarl, the Psycho raised his hands, channeling a fireball. The combustion created a torrent of flames which consumed the pet's whole. The poor dog screamed in pain. That's a second line. Oh, you gotta go, motherfucker. Oh, that's a second hard line for me. Nope, you gotta die. Bro, bring out the fucking plushie now. Atom Cat rushed at Mongrel while he was distracted, but this time managed to grab his head. The Psycho's body turned red as his colors muted by the crimson hue, and then scratch that, Mongrel was vaporized. His skin weakly detonated with barely enough strength to blow air, yet the blast annihilated him. Clearly, when cornered, Atom Cat had no problem killing. This made Mosquito dive back at him with murder on his mind. The young hero froze, as if an idea crossed his mind. Before grabbing a pebble on the ground and throwing it at Mosquito, the rock turned red. charged by Atom Cat's power. The Psycho protected himself with his arms, the pebbles detonating on impact and propelling him against his own minibus. Atom Cat could modulate the strength of his explosions and even delay them. Ryan managed to dodge both Psyshock's attacks and drag the twins to a safe spot. It's okay, you're safe. Heroes are here. His good deed for the day done, the courier returned to the fray. Psyshock had used all his wires to restrain Vulcan while trying to keep the mecha anchored to the ground, while trying to find the pilot. Like before, that despicable bastard used captives as human shields, preventing the Augusti from using her weapons. Enraged, Ryan charged at Psyshock, tossing knives at his skull. Wires deflected, but this caught the criminal's attention. A teleport power? You became a Violet? Normally, I would quit back, but in your case, you will go out of the way of the rhinoceros. Painfully. He raised Fisty. Before Psyshock could even react, Ryan stopped the time, leapt, and punched Psycho through his skull in frozen time. The fist gore through Psycho's metal bones and brains like a donut. When time resumed, Psyshock's mutant body collapsed to the ground in a mess of wires and brain matter, dragging Sarah and the other kid down with him. Ryan caught Sarah, while Vulcan grabbed the other. You know, Shorty, if you weren't trying to murder me, I would call you half heroic, Ryan said. Little girl, can you take your friend away? And, the big bot is waiting to go ahead and shoot me. Little Sarah nodded profusely before grabbing her friend and running away. Vulcan remained silent, watching the kids get out of sight. Ryan couldn't tell what kind of look Vulcan was giving her, if it was regret, longing, or something else. Then, with the kids a certain distance away, Vulcan tried to fire a plasma beam at Ryan's face. Expecting the attack, Ryan stopped time and threw knives at her cameras, blinding Vulcan before she could fire again. Atom Cat, meanwhile, attempted to punch Mosquito and blow him alongside the minibus, but the insect flew away. As enormous shadow flew over the battlefield, followed by a mighty roar, everyone froze. An enormous 60-foot, white-scaled lizard with elongated neck, dragonfly, and golden eyes had appeared. Wyvern. Once she finished showing off, the dragon landed in front of Vulcan, stomping her mech underfoot with such force it created a mini crater. If Ryan hadn't damaged her cameras, the Augusta might have been able to fly away, but now Wyvern kept her pinned to the ground. Mosquito attempted to fly away. The dragon, quicker, raised her hands and squash. Wyvern slapped Mosquito from above, the same way a human did with a fly, and the hit flattened the insectoid like a smear on the ground, limbs and wings broken. Then, without skipping a beat, Wyvern slammed Vulcan's mech to the ground, smashing the minigun. The Augusta attempted to activate her mini turbo to fly away, but couldn't escape. Don't damage the reactor, Ryan shouted. Extract the cockpit! The cockpit! Seemingly having heard him, Wyvern's assault turned surgical, the dragon carefully extracting the human with her claws without damaging the rest of the suit. The intervention lasted mere seconds. Ryan checked the mech, but thankfully, Vulcan had the foresight to install failsafes in her armor's fusion reaction. The city wouldn't die an atomic death. Right now. Instead of inspiring fear, Wyvern's victory caused great joy in the kids, who let out shouts of jubilation. Only the child whom Psyshock had connected to remained despondent. Thankfully, he had spent enough loops studying medicine and biology to give her a checkup. While intrusive, Psyshock's orifice invasion didn't damage the kid. The poor child just suffered from a mild concussion and would be fine. Is she okay? Sarah asked Ryan. Yes, but she will need rest. They killed the doggies, the kid said. Quick save. We're gonna have a long conversation about this. Wyvern said. You too, Atom Cat. What the hell were you two thinking, going into hostile territory without authorization or backup? They were trying to kidnap kids, Atom Cat defended. Then you should have called for reinforcements. You were lucky I trailed Vulcan to make sure she didn't cause a mess. Speaking of Vulcan, she raged at Atom Cat with her face against the ground, unable to escape his grip. Wyvern transformed back into a human. You can only blame yourself for this, Jasmine. Fuck you, Laura, she said. Fuck You, Vulcan replied. Does somebody have a rope? Atom Cat asked, getting sick of restraining Vulcan with his mere hands. I have handcuffs and blindfolds in my car, Ryan said. I dated weird people. You're both grounded, Wyvern said. Yes, Dragon Mom, Ryan groaned. He's still alive, he said, looking at Mosquito. Barely. Why did you kidnap the kids, asshole? Atom Cat asked. Suck my sting, excuse me? Answer the question, and we will give you medical treatment, Wyvern said. While she was angry, she had no pity to spare for the psycho. In your current condition, with your metabolism, you will bleed out within minutes. It's the place. The shafts are too small for adults, but these crazy robots, they shoot genomes on sight. Robots? What place? Ryan asked. A bunker Adam wants access to. Below the junkyard. Don't know what. Please, the pain. It's atrocious. I've dialed the medics when I saw the kids. They should arrive soon, Wyvern said. Other kids emerged from the orphanage with the battle over and immediately rushed to Wyvern, pestering her for autographs. Others moved to help the wounded members. Ryan, remembering the name Julia, being thrown out a lot. Hey Kitty, if you can create explosive projectiles, why don't you just carry knives? Ryan asked. It'd be so much more practical. I didn't realize I could use my powers this way, Atom Cat admitted. I know I could delay the detonation, but I never thought I could combine that with projectiles to attack at range. It's just in the action that it just clicked for me. Well, you're still green. And you're still violet. Wow, I will let you stew for an hour to find a decent comeback. Ryan himself looked at his cell phone and to see if the battle had made news, and instead received a notification from his device. Inside Il Migliore HQ, backdoor detected. Ryan wasn't the only one spying into Dynamis. He set out to track the IP to investigate, in case it was the assassin. Hey kids, I know the perfect way to cheer you up, Ryan proposed. Who wants a group photo with Wyvern? Everyone raised their hands, much to Wyvern's embarrassment. Even grumpy little Sarah seemed enthusiastic. They spent minutes waiting for the security, doing funny selfies, Vulcan glaring at them, and Mosquito bleeding to the ground, bleeding to death in the background. Alright, quieter stream for sure, but good stream. Good stream. Good timing too, hour and a half for 5 chapters? That is not bad at all. That's a good place to end it. We'll end it there. Alright, yeah. Alright, as always, thank you everyone for coming. Have a great rest of your day or nights, and I'll catch y'all maybe tomorrow? Not 100% though. Maybe tomorrow. Alright, that's it. Bye guys.